Do you ever get that feeling that you're just getting through the day? You're just waiting for that magical moment when you'll finally have more time? Well, believe it or not, over a century ago, a writer named Arnold Bennett called that idea a total myth. So today, we're going to dive into his timeless, super practical guide for reclaiming the time you already have. It's all about how to truly live on 24 hours a day. Bennett kicks things off with a feeling that I think a lot of us know really well. It's that quiet, nagging voice in the back of your head that says you're not quite living up to your potential. It's a feeling that you're always putting off the important stuff, learning the instrument, studying history, starting that cool project, for a future that somehow never ever seems to arrive. And this is his foundational truth. Look, it might feel like a bit of a slap in the face, but it's also incredibly liberating. The problem isn't a lack of time. It's a lack of intention. We all get the exact same 24 hours. The richest person in the world, the busiest person you know, everyone. So the real question isn't how to get more time, but how to truly use the time we've already got. Okay, so if the amount of time we have isn't the problem, what is? Well, Bennett argues it's our entire mindset, and he offers one single powerful mental shift to fix it. Honestly, this is the core idea that changes absolutely everything. And here it is. We make this huge mistake of thinking our 8-hour workday is the day. We see the other 16 hours as just the stuff around it, commuting, eating, recovering. Bennett says that is completely backward. Your job? That's just a day within a day. Your real day, the one where you are actually free to grow your mind and soul, is those other 16 hours. So the crucial point is this: your attitude toward these 16 hours is everything. They are not leftover scraps of time. They are a fresh, new day. Twice as long as your workday, by the way, just waiting for you to live it with intention. This isn't about adding more to your plate. It's about realizing your plate is so much bigger than you ever thought. And for thinking, yeah, but those 16 hours are already full, think again. Let's just do the math right now. Take out 8 hours for sleep. Okay, then let's be generous and take out another 3 hours for dinner, commuting, and getting ready. You are still left with 5 hours. 5 hours of pure, unadulterated free time every single day. That is a massive amount of time for personal growth. All right, so we've found the time. Now what do we do with it? Bennett's first step isn't about reading 100 books or mastering a new skill overnight. Nope. It's about building the foundational tool you need for everything else, a focused mind. And this whole process starts in the morning. This is your new morning routine. Forget the news, forget scrolling social media. For just 30 minutes, you're going to perform a mental workout. Pick a single thought, maybe a quote from a book you read, and just concentrate on it. Your mind will jump away. It'll think about emails, errands, anything and everything else. Your job is simply to notice that and bring it back. The goal isn't to perfectly understand the quote. The goal is the exercise of concentration itself. And I just love Bennett's phrasing here. This isn't some passive, let your thoughts float by meditation. It's an active, deliberate act of will. He says to drag your mind back by the scruff of the neck. You are taking control. You're training your brain, just like a muscle, to do what you tell it to do.
And this is where his advice from a century ago feels incredibly modern, doesn't it? He was warning against newspapers, but just look at what this slide is really saying. Don't give your freshest, most valuable brain power to the endless scroll. Use that precious energy for a deliberate workout that's going to serve you all day long.
So, you've used the morning to sharpen the most powerful tool you have, your mind. Now, in the evening, we put that focus tool to work. This is where we use that hard-won concentration for some genuine self-cultivation. Now, Bennett's proposal is surprisingly modest. He doesn't say you need to study for 3 hours every single night. He suggests starting with just 90 minutes, 3 evenings a week. That's it. A small, totally manageable step. But you have to treat these 90 minutes as sacred. They have to be just as important as any other appointment you have. And this table illustrates it perfectly. This is not about sacrificing your social life or your hobbies. By committing just 4.5 hours a week, you are still left with what Bennett calls a terrific wealth of free time. You've still got 2 full weeknights and the entire weekend. That's over 45 hours for friends, leisure, and just plain relaxing. And let's be super clear, this doesn't have to be some dry academic study. Bennett is very clear that this is about cultivating yourself. The fuel for this engine has to be passion. Pick something that genuinely fascinates you. I mean, whether it's Renaissance paintings, astrophysics, learning guitar, or mastering chess, if you're keenly interested, the effort won't even feel like a chore. But here's a really important catch. The goal isn't to speed read through 100 books a year just so you can brag about it. Bennett warns that reading without thinking is just wasted effort. He suggests that at least half of your 90 minutes should be spent in careful, fatiguing reflection. It means wrestling with the ideas, connecting them, and truly making them your own. That's where the real growth happens. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? A 30-minute morning workout, 90 minutes of study 3 times a week. It seems simple, but Bennett was a realist. He knew the real challenge isn't in the plan itself. He does not sugarcoat it. This path is difficult. You will fail. You'll miss a day. Your old habits will fight back with everything they've got. You will feel discouraged. And Bennett's warning is stark. If you're not ready for a big effort that might seem like it's getting you a small result at first, then don't even start. The alternative, he says, is to remain in that uneasy doze. And that brings us to the ultimate takeaway. There is no magic life hack here. There's no trick. The secret to controlling your mind, to living a fuller life, to escaping that suppressed dissatisfaction is simply perseverance. It's the quiet, consistent, day in and day out work of bringing your mind back, time and time again by the scruff of its neck. So in the end, Bennett's wisdom is this profound challenge, but it's delivered in a really practical package. The daily miracle has happened again. You've been given a fresh, unspoiled 24 hours. So the only question left is the one right there on your screen. What are you going to do with it?